So, 10 things you should know about Hong Kong culture. When we say 7 p.m., we mean straight 7 p.m. on the dot. You ought to be on time. If not, please let us know. Cut to the chase, as we say in the idiom, time doesn't wait for people. The second thing is bargaining is acceptable here in the market, not the shops. You can bargain at the local market, the prices could be lower. However, if you can't speak Cantonese, not even a bit, then please go to the supermarket. Nobody understands you in the supermarket, unless you have the dying urge to practice your Cantonese. The third thing, we are in a hurry, always. Do not think that is act rudeness. We are not just in a hurry. We are very quick. Everything moves at the speed of light. If you live in Europe or America, then bad news. Adapt to it or simply travel somewhere. That's it. It's more relaxing. This is not a place for relaxation. If you want to relax, please go to the nature. That's it. For the fourth thing, we save all the money for a down payment on the house or our monthly mortgages, so we have no life outside of work. We work all the time, so when you work here, don't expect us to drink after work. Usually what you see at bars after work are expats and investment bankers who reside in the city. Locals usually come there on a weekend, and even in the weekend, not many locals will go. The fifth thing, yes, we understand Mandarin, don't expect us to speak it. We speak Cantonese here and English sometimes. Not every one of us know how to speak Mandarin properly. When you ask for directions, don't come in like you're over the place. That would be helpful. Most people on the street would be delighted to help you out, but just don't expect we can speak that much Mandarin or we can communicate. 6. Public transport is quite convenient here and you can walk around. Don't be surprised if taxis overcharge you. Yes, they do, and they even overcharge locals. The bus signs and metro system is written in English and Chinese, so take the metro if needed. If you do have to take a taxi, don't. Either call an Uber or just take a bus or minibus unless you're in the middle of nowhere in the woods. In that case, you either walk or you take someone's car for a lift, if it's possible. It's better to know a local or follow a guided tour to go there rather than going there by taxi. You never know how much to charge you. 7. Hong Kong is different to the rest of China. We have access to free internet and freedom of speech. You don't need a VPN here. You can say whatever you want about China. You can speak freely and read about opposing and affirming opinions. And sure, that might be very different from your experience from China or your recent trip to China. The 8th thing, don't greet us unless we know you. If we feel you are important enough for us to say hi and greet you on the street, we would do so. Otherwise, cut the small talk and just walk on the street quietly. Chat the storekeepers if you want to, because they would want your business, just not the normal person walking down the street. We value personal space very much. 9. Yes, you see crazies on public transport. Like the West, we have very few homeless people here. As people here have a lot of trust, there are some crazies and lunatics existing, so don't be surprised to see them. Just ignore them. We don't have enough land to fit all the crazy people in a newly built mental asylum. So we'll leave on the field. 10. Talk loudly in the streets and it's quite noisy everywhere. Cantonese usually is spoken quite loudly. I wouldn't say very loud, but genuinely speaking, the tone is much more louder if it is pronounced when talking to close acquaintances or when you're talking to a shopkeeper. The second thing is, it is a bit like the noisy Germans in education. We speak a bit loudly in restaurants, and it is usually noisy on the street. And as it is very noisy on the street, then we have to raise our voices. So you always have
Cabin
to
crew,
shout
please be
or
seated for
speak,
takeoff. Thank you.
in a market or on the street if it is busy. So there are only a few occasions in which we would quiet down, unless it is in a very classy restaurant, hospital, or a funeral. Those are probably the only few places that we would quiet down and you would have a bit of peace. Or the final piece of advice, if you don't want the loudness in the city, you can always visit the nature, the natural side of Hong Kong. But just don't complain about noisiness if you're going to visit the urban areas. That's all, and perhaps we'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.